Hey, some people have commented on my account reset video to give some insights on how to do that. How can I be so fast compared to them? And the honest answer is, it's very simple. There's no secret route. There's no hidden grind method. It's just prioritization. Tarkov progression, especially if you have a very specific goal in mind, is about efficiency and not getting distracted. I see this all the time when playing with my friends. Oh, I think this boss is up. Let's take a look. Oh, let me quickly check that drawer. Things like that is what messes up your speed. I don't do that. Full focus on the objective. I started this run with endgame gear, but in general, better gear up to a certain point speeds up your progress by a lot. Obviously, you are much faster if you can kill enemies with a single controlled bullet to the head, instead of fighting them several minutes with a stock AKM or something worse. Getting your traders to a certain level is important for unlocks. Levels usually come naturally while doing that. But trader reputation is what actually unlocks your gear, ammo and economy. That's especially true for PvE, where you're usually not gated by money at all. There are a few early quests in Tarkov that are mandatory, because they unlock entire questlines behind them. The two most important ones are Gunsmith Part 1 from Mechanic and Acquaintance from Jaeger. Gunsmith Part 1 unlocks 3 additional quests immediately and his entire path. Acquaintance unlocks Jaeger's entire progression tree. Can't state enough how important that is. If you ignore those, you bottleneck yourself for no reason. Before I even reset, I pre-built the first 6 gunsmith weapons. That means the moment the run starts, I can hand them in instantly and inject a chunk of XP into my account, without needing to farm the parts. Gunsmith Part 6 unlocks at level 14, so one of the final steps towards level 15, which unlocks the flea market. This is less important now with the tiered flea market system, but it still offers you a decent amount of options. That early injection is extremely efficient. It accelerates everything, especially your hideout progression, assuming what you need is actually unlocked on the flea. While doing that, I do what I call baseline unlocking. I complete the early quests for every trader. That usually starts with the ground zero quests, which you can see in my Sit With Me episode from last week. After that, I complete additional early quests while already trying to stack some of them together. Again, it's all about efficiency. I'm on the EOD edition of the game, so I start with 0.2 reputation on all traders. That means most traders naturally reach rep requirement by just doing early quests. Usually within 4 or 5 quests they are fine. The two exceptions are almost always Jaeger and Peacekeeper. So those are the focus. Jaeger first. Why? Because Jaeger level 3 is unlocked at level 22. That's the lowest level requirement for any level 3 trader. And at Jaeger level 3 you unlock BCP FMJ. For me, that ammo is the cornerstone of mid-wipe. It's cheap, it's reliable, it stabilizes PvE farming. So Jaeger becomes priority number 1. That means pushing Tarkov shooter aggressively. This is the only exception where I would go out of my way to complete a single quest. They usually give decent XP, yes, but more importantly, the rep you get from them is so crucial that it's usually worth to do a raid just to complete one of them. If possible, you should always combine that with doing his other side quests, stacking his tasks or any other task for that matter, whenever possible. Jaeger quests are not fun. They are some of the most tedious and annoying quests in the game, but his unlocks are just incredibly powerful. Peacekeeper is next. He unlocks level 3 at level 23, one level later. And once Jaeger is secured, Peacekeeper becomes the logical follow-up because of gear access and economic value. The main value for me is the ability to buy 308 guns, namely the SR25. I didn't need it this time, but in general, the combination of him and Jaeger offers you a solid loadout choice at level 23. Everything else levels naturally and usually does not require to be forced. Now let's talk about XP. This is where most people waste time. I don't do one quest per raid. Always try to stack as many in one raid as possible. But if I have 8 quests on customs, I run customs and try to complete as many as possible in one single raid. No distractions, no looting, just high density quest runs. The problem that many people have is that they don't do what they plan to do. No matter what kind of opportunity offers itself, if I have the goal to complete 8 quests in a single run, I need to sprint it. It's usually quite close to do so, even if you ignore everything else. Now imagine you waste 5 minutes fighting a boss. This is the XP compression. 3 or more quests are usually more XP than one boss kill. The same applies to streets, by the way. In addition to me really liking the map, the quests there usually give a decent amount of XP, so naturally it's a good choice to go for them, and it's surprisingly easy to stack them. Generally though, if a map has a high quest density for my current progression stage, I go there and stack completions, no matter if it's shoreline, woods, lighthouse or interchange. This is when progression feels fast. Now something important. Story was actually a priority before most of this. I rushed Tour and Falling Skies early. Why? Because they unlock the path towards Lightkeeper, something that is notorious for time gates and quests that might take you multiple runs. Lightkeeper is not an immediate benefit, it's mainly unlocked to save money on the ticket. Only needing 300 million instead of 500 million is a massive time save. At the same time, I progressed Labyrinth Story 2 for access and free Labyrinth cards. Labyrinth is not an ideal money farm in my opinion, but my friends needed additional labyrinths for their quests. So I had people who would clear the map and allow me to loot the entire thing at no entry cost for me. Once I really started the 300 million grind, I was around level 32, and I already had about 40 million rubles. That money wasn't farmed deliberately. It was just a natural result of questing efficiently, collecting items, and then selling everything in one large liquidation night. At that point, the focus shifts. Level 30 unlocks reliable labs card access. That means controlled, high value farming. While doing that, I noticed that I really need level 35. Level 35 unlocks LEDX and military power filters on the fleet. You need to unlock them to sell them. And those two items are some of the strongest single slot moneymakers in the game, around 1 million ruble each. That's where questing return of investment really collapses. Once you hit level 35, additional questing gives you diminishing economic return relative to the time spent farming labs. Level 40 would give me the option to sell GPUs, Mule and ETG. All of them are big money makers, but the time investment is significantly higher than the return. So I basically just farmed labs at that point. Still, I was saving my GPUs, my mules and my ETGs, just in case I would hit 40 before making 300 million. So yes, at level 35 I stopped questing completely. No more XP focus, no more trader pushing, pure economy. In fact, I stopped the grind at level 37 and 205 million rubles, after around 180 raids. This is the current state of the account. Unfortunately, I might not be able to continue from this point onwards. And the reason for stopping there will be explained in a different video. Feel free to take your wild guesses on what happened in the comments. If you strip this entire run down, the structure looks like this. Rush story unlocks. Unlock mandatory gatekeeper quests. Prioritize Jaeger level 3, follow up with Peacekeeper. Stack high density XP runs. Full quest focus until level 30, at least if you are planning to farm labs. Hard pivot to farming only at level 35, no more questing. That's it, no secret tricks, just structure. Tarkov progression feels complicated when you treat every quest equally. It becomes simple once you understand which ones unlock power, and which ones are just filler. Find the ones that are fast and easy to do, and then deliberately stack them together. Lastly, one more important note here, I might even do a separate video on this. If you like Tarkov and you don't hate yourself, do not go for the survivor ending. I was massively underestimating the amount of money you need to grind. It's very painful and tedious, and honestly the first time in a very long time playing Tarkov I got genuinely bored. So while this was technically not a guide, I still hope you found this video helpful. If so, it would be nice if you like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, see you in the next one, bye bye.